Hi there, I'm Morgan Deegan, the Physio Runner. What I wanted to talk to you guys today about is bony stress related injuries in through the foot and shin and some of the contributing elements. So bony stress injuries, so stress fractures or stress reactions are a really common injury that I see in the clinic, in particular in ladies who are quite light, so those who weigh 55 kilos or less, and particularly those obviously who are getting towards that perimenopausal age and who are wanting to increase their running capacity. So common areas that can get stress fractures, and obviously this is not the be all and end all of a list, but our shins, so that's shin splints, and of course stress reactions in through the tibia. You can also get stress related issues in through the top of the tibia here, and that often can be related to some meniscal degeneration as well. So that's more so in my over 50 age group ladies. And I've also experienced quite a lot of ladies who get femoral periosteal issues as well. And that's again often related to some degeneration in through the knee. In terms of our feet, our second metatarsal is a really strong, common bone that can get stress related issues. And in my experience, that's often in people who have a longer second toe, or are those people who tend to abut the front of the shoe when they're running a lot. So the ones who have no toenail in through that second toe, or have a large amount of callus through that second toe, it's a sign that you're wearing a lot through that front of the foot, and in particular the second toe. So there can be a lot of contributing elements to these stress reactions, and of course you've got to look at the internal elements, and so that is your nutrition, how well you're looking after yourself, and also whether you're getting enough calories into your diet to maintain the regeneration of our bony tissue. Obviously a hormonal element is a significant factor for ladies who are hitting that perimenopausal stage. So if you're not getting enough calories as well as having some hormonal changes, it can really affect your bone density in general, and that's when I recommend people to go see a really good sports physician or a GP who knows a lot about women's bodies and knows a lot about bone density issues, because it's a very important thing long term into your life over the next 20 years to get on top of while you're young or relatively young. Other factors that can contribute to it is our mobility in through our foot. So if you have a really rigid midfoot, and I'm talking people who've had plantar fasciitis, people who've got bunions developing, often end up really tight through this middle part of our feet. And that will mean that instead of having a lovely kind of cushiony sponge to land on when we're running, you're almost trying to run with a brick. And so that means that those reaction forces from the ground, even if you've got the world's greatest shoes, the reaction forces from the ground moving up your leg will be just so much firmer than what they should be. And that's why I often look at people who've got a stress reaction on one side of their body and not the other. There's got to be a reason why, because it can't be the number of steps you're taking or the calories or just bone density, because why is it that one side of the body cops it more than the other? And that's where the biomechanical elements come from. And the foot mobility is a really important one for that. And certainly many of my clients who've got stress reactions, their foot is incredibly stiff on that side, and that becomes a big part of their rehab. Obviously for the tibia and in through the inside of the foot, where the navicular sits, and that's another common spot for stress reactions. Rotation through this tibia is also really important, okay? And that can come from a few elements, obviously the foot as well. But if you are not controlling well through your knee, okay, that's going to mean that you're going to be rolling in a little bit more in through there, and it's going to create some shearing forces through your tibia. Okay, so that's when I'll be looking further up the kinetic chain into the knee, but also into our pelvis as well, because, sorry, that's where we are. There. We'll be looking up in through here to see what might be happening in around the pelvis and also into the back, because if the pelvis is not controlling very well for the femur, you can see how that's going to be affecting the knee, down into the tibia and into the foot. So as you can see, with stress reaction issues, there's a lot of contributing elements, and it's really important, if you're wanting to continue to run, that you get someone who really knows what they're talking about to have a good look at you. So thanks a lot for listening to me today, and I hope you have a great day.